Wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Friday night. Friday night football here in Darwin in the Northern Territory, in the top end of Australia. We're in our dry season, but about 4 days ago, some big guy went and did a switch, and we're heading into mango build-up. It is so hot this week, and now we're up here, John, and we're saying what respite are we getting from this wind which is coming from the west? John Dean with me tonight. John, always good to have you by my side. You've already had a game of reserve grade football out there. You must be enjoying this, Bruce.
That's fantastic, Bruce. As I said before we came on air, I'm still sweating bullets. It's definitely the build-up started, but this breeze is fantastic at the moment, and the players will be enjoying that as well, let me tell you.
Absolutely. Now, talks of build-up, we're talking about Azzurri. They're in their own build-up. They're just finding form, finding goals. And I heard you mention to John Tambouris before we came on screen tonight about flooding of goals, a flood of goals. You know, it's raining. They're ahead of us in terms of the wet season. What do you expect from them again tonight? Are you seeing a consistency in the platform they're laying, and seeing that this is really the real side we want to see?
Yeah, 100%, and consistency is what they've had, Bruce. They've won their last 4 on the bounce, and they've done it in some style. Until last week, they hadn't really conceded any goals in doing that either before the 5-3 thriller against Mindle.
Yep.
Obviously, there's a couple of personnel changes on the back of that game, but they'll look to come out and do exactly the same thing again and not let that interrupt them. They are the form team, with Hellenic slipping up last week, so they'll look to continue that against the Hearts team that have a real opportunity to come out and play tonight, Bruce. Obviously they can't finish anywhere but bottom now, but that takes the pressure off them. It means that they can come out and play some football and enjoy these last 2 games after what's been a pretty good season in their first year in the league, taking some points off some good sides, but no pressure on them tonight, so they can play some expensive football, and that might just challenge Azzurri in ways they're not expecting.
Absolutely. I think that's a fantastic summary because they've got so many artistic players in there. I mean, if this was a blank canvas, these guys can come up some masterpieces. They just and in their first season, I think it's been a season of achievement. I really do, and I think your summary is perfect. Two weeks to go, this game and next week, just lay it on the line. Just go for it.
Absolutely. Look, I think it's going to be a real challenge for them. Azzurri have so much to play for.
Yep.
They're in 3rd spot in the moment for those watching at home. They're only 4 points behind Mindle Aces, so 2nd is still achievable for them.
Yep.
And then Casuarina is right behind them as well, so they may drop to 4th if results don't go their way. So all to play for, because obviously nobody really wants to play Hellenic in that first week of the finals. Everybody wants to finish in that top 2nd or 3rd spot.
Yep.
So much to play for here for Azzurri. You expect them to come out all guns blazing, and if Hearts can withdraw and withstand, I should say, that first 15 minutes, game on, and I'm expecting some great stuff from them.
Yeah, absolutely looking forward to it. Now, we'll go one more week in home and away season. We've played all our rounds 19, 20 and 21. We played catch-up football in August, so we're now just on the home run, and we'll have 2 weeks of finals too. We won't get a second go. So in those finals, John, you have 2 finals, semi-final 1, semi-final 2, and the winners go through the big dance. If you don't make it, and the pressure's on Hellenic, pressure's on everybody who finishes in those 2, who's the fancied side as you go in, so to speak?
Oh, it certainly are, and they had a little slip up last week. I mean, obviously we'll come back to this game very quickly. But, they've got 2 games now to get themselves back into some form, get their key personnel back, because there was a lot of changes in that side, and bring in some momentum. They wouldn't want to be running into this Azzurri side in the form they're in at the moment if they did slip down into 4th, because they'd be a real challenge. And, you've played a whole season. It all comes down to winning that semi-final to get your ticket to the big dance.
Well said. And the last thing I'd say then is about, before we go to the game, Akara. He's scoring goals, big, tall, target man up front. Have you been impressed? Did you see? If I go back to one of the first games, you mentioned the potential in that kid. And it's coming to fruition.
He's raw. Raw is the word. He creates so many opportunities. He doesn't take them at the ratio that you want yet, but he's still taking so many. He's key through Azzurri's success. He's had 4 hat-tricks this season. He got 4 goals last week. Floods is the word. He's been coming with goals. It's been raining for him. And he's on 16 for the season, 2nd in the Golden Boot race. I don't expect that he's going to catch Simon Bell, who's on 21. By the way he's going, you just never know.
Absolutely. My name is Bruce Stalter. That is John Dean. We are here with the live streaming of the Men's Premier League Round 17 match on the Perform Network, also on FFN TV, and as well as the FFA digital channels. Thank you for joining us, whatever device you're on. I hope you sit back, find a nice comfortable place, get a cold drink and sit back and enjoy a game which we think will have plenty of goals and plenty of excitement. And consistency is what we expect to see tonight from Uni Azzurri. That has been a prediction from John Dean, who'll give us expert comments on this match, around 17 match. Now, the Uni Azzurri, they're running from left to right on your screen in the white with the blue, traditional blue, and they're up against Hearts, who, to John's point, have an interesting setup tonight. So they've got Osham Bamali in the central defensive role. They've moved Jasper Mbanze, into their sort of central, into a midfield role, the big man. So we'll just see how this plays out. Santosh there. We've got Joel Jock there as well. So we'll just see how this one plays out. And there's the very dangerous Akara. Turns on the inside with those boots. Takes a long-range shot. Stoppard's already dancing across his goal and watching that bounce over the back of his goal, over the fence and into the parked vehicles here at Larrakia Park. And to the Larrakia Nation and their elders, I want to acknowledge those elders past, present and emerging for permission. And thank you, for the permission to play this beautiful game here at Larrakia Park at Darwin Football Stadium. We're on the main pitch. It's just gone a minute of regulation time. Darwin Hearts running from right to left on your screen in their red navy blue with the blue, all blue socks. We've got a new partner too as part of our Men's Premier League live streaming broadcast. That's Pilot. And I'll talk to you more about Pilot, but it's the most convenient way to deal with common men's health problems, because men like you and I, John, we just don't go to the doctors enough. So we'll talk a bit more about that later on and how Pilot has joined us here in Darwin, as well as in all the other jurisdictions that are playing football across Australia in this very affected COVID-19 2020 season. Right, Edwards, number 13 on the ball. That's come off Neroy Chesner. Collected by Stoppard. And Jayan Malia is there. He's going to be in the central defensive role with Osham Bamali. Ball still in play. Okay, skips across Osham. Picked up by the pretty reliable Sanjim Bhatia. It'll go out over on the Northcrest scoreboard. Early days, ball's going to and fro, not with any purpose or intent, except for Akara earlier. A multiple goal scorer for the Uni Azzurri side in recent times. So it'll be interesting to see with Jasper Mbanza in that midfield role. John, because he's obviously absolutely stoic at the back in the central defensive role, but to put him in there, he's got a really nice first touch. He's got a technically quite good.
Yeah, it's a shackles off move, Bruce.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
he came into the side, and you could see the way they changed. They didn't necessarily get the results, but he, as you say, stoic at the back.
Yeah.
He really helped solidify the defence.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't leaking easy goals. You really had to work for your goals against Hearts. But putting him in that midfield there, he's got a great first touch. He's very assured on the ball.
Yeah.
It's going to hold it up and stop the flood of balls that otherwise come in. But it's very early days, as you say. But Hearts have lulled Azzurri into their pace of game here.
Yes.
Azzurri needs
Which
to sort
they
of
can do.
up the tempo.
Yeah.
Because Hearts are happy to play at this sort of slower speed, with Stobbard slowing it down every time he gets the ball and then attack on the counter. And they're, so far, very early days, as you say, but they've sucked Azzurri in.
Yep. And just on Jasper Mbanza, one of the disappointments, and there's not many, was just not seeing him work closely with Drew Brakaki, who's just a sensational little central defender for Hearts. Had they had more time together, Jasper was out injured for a long, long time. They're going to develop a really nice, if that's how it stays, a really nice defensive duo in the back there. And with Osham Bamali on one side and normally Neroy Sresnath on the other, that's not a bad back four. Plenty of pace. We talked about, with John Tamboris before about left and right backs. They're no longer left and right backs. They're wingers. They're, whatever it is to get a higher pay rate, they're it. But they used to be defenders, but now they overlap. They're so quick. And a classic example of that is Neroy Sresnath, which is on the grandstand side here, number 12. Watch him. He would be, I would suggest, one of the 5 quickest players in the Premier League, if not the top 3.
He's also got one of the biggest engines. Sometimes when you have that express pace, they've only got so many runs in them, but he goes just as quick in the 90th minute as he does in the first minute, which is a brilliant quality to have.
Absolutely.
Hate defending against it, but it's a brilliant quality to have.
A player you want around you, not when you're in that role. Okay, here we go. And this man's another one you don't want around you in this mode. Look at that. That's a lovely goal. That is a sensational goal from a man who is just in red hot form. Like his boots. Wow. That just stood out.
It was straight in the middle. He hit it so clean, Bruce. I mean, it had a little bit of left to right swerve on it, which I'm sure that viewers at home will see on the replay, and just underneath the crossbar, but he hit it with such venom that Stobbart couldn't really get a hand to it. It was meaningful. And that is the finish of a striker who is on form and confident. Yeah. And this is what momentum and confidence does. It's taken a good season for Chris Aquara and turned it into a great one. Well said.
And, we're talking about Jordan Stoppard here, a fantastic keeper, and he just could not control it. And to JD's point, just a beautifully struck ball. Right, Jasper, Mabunza on the run. Says if they're going to score a goal, let's get one back, he says. So let's hope that they come at that approach. Oshim Mbali on the ball now, pushes back across. Goes to... and that goes now from Santosh. I'll get his number in a minute, but I know this is Neroy. It's just showing some lovely work, Neroy Cessna. Goes to Chol Jock. Now it comes away. For Sanjib and Batari. He goes back to his keeper. He goes scheming across, as does the ball scheme across the grass. And there's a chance for a 1-2. Santos is in there all over the place, Srasna. He would sometimes be captain, but today Jordan Stoppard's the captain for Darwin Hearts. They're running from right to left on your screen. That's Bamali's strong central and sturdy defence that we know from him. Great left foot on him. A real promising player, only a young player too, and already featured in the NT rep side this year, and I'm sure you'll have plenty of other opportunities to make his place in those teams. It's very rare to have strong and quick left defenders. Right, Akara just gets in there, pinches it, scurries across, puts it wide. That's Kelvin Mapadanda, I think. Yes, Kelvin puts one back in to Akara, gets his head around it. He's scored a lot of goals without it. There's one from Nathaniel Paredes. Cleared away. Well done. Neroy Shrethna. Done as far as Mabenza. He turns it in. No one coming back. Only Amosa. No, not Amosa. Sorry, Ababor. Now goes to Edwards. Little battle with Neroy Shrethna. Neroy comes back at him. And Sanjib gets his right boot in the way. Nathaniel Paradides gets a little 1-2 run on. He'll push forward. And Santos Shrethna will clean that up. Okay, ball still come loose. Who's gone there? Big Ajiki. And Tiga, by sheer force of will, gets that ball out of there. And it looks like McGrath. He'll have a shot in to stop it. Parries it away.
Yeah, rare starting chance today for McGrath of late. He's been coming off the bench more so recently, but obviously there's a few changes that have been forced here. But pulled the tricks out there.
Yes.
Nice couple of step overs, made himself some space, and then once he had an opportunity, it was a very acute angle, but he wasn't afraid to take the shot on and may very well have had the rebound fall to one of his team there. So, look for more of that from him down this left-hand channel in the first half.
Yeah. If you're the right defender, he's going to give you some trouble. Famali in there to clean up. Only as far as Ababor. Good work from Dean Edwards. That little extra touch. Now Neroy Shrethna on. He's got Nathaniel Paredes strongly working behind him. But what you expect from Neroy, that's lovely work from that player. He really is a gifted player. Nice work from the big man. Mosa working around there in the midfield, doing some hard yards. And Peter Adidas, I think he's his first touch. Goes back to the keeper. We'll go back to Peter, get him a second touch in this 9th minute of a round 17 match featuring Uni Azzurri. Chol Jock in there early. Nice work from Chol. Just couldn't find Neroy Shrethna in that pass, so it's been pinched by Uni Azzurri, who progressed forward with some purpose and pace. Still a dangerous area there. Plenty of players can throw one of those discounted rugs over the top of them. Now it comes back to Reditas. He goes to midfield. Ababor turns in. Nice work. Jasper Mabanza's off balance, so he beats him there. Now Amosa and him will go at it. There's about 400 kilos together between them. Now gets pushed through. Edwards, all ball. Who else? Neroy Srethna. What a talent. Puts it down now to Jasper Mapanzi. Had no idea. Just put a no-vision pass in. Jasper, we needed better than that. That was great work from number 12 for Darwin Harts, and now come forward somewhat. The breeze has now dropped, or it's in behind. We're in the commentary position, so the heat's coming back into the game, not only in terms of attention to detail, but also the commentator's box where the towels are out. But it's picked up in heat. It really has. Humidity's dropped. Humidity's up because the wind has dropped. Yeah, intervention's timely from Sanjib. That's Santosh Srethna. Bamali goes back. Chris Okara's just hanging around.
He's got to be very careful, Oshin Bamali there. Chris Aquara has such rangy legs. He gets it in where other centre forwards wouldn't.
Yes.
As he found out the hard way there, but if he plays around with it too much, he's going to have that happen to him a few more times.
Yes. Yeah, well spotted. All right, Edwards and Srethna. That'll be a battle for the ages all day today. Nice work from Koljock. Nice, calm, collected play. Looked up, played the cross ball. That's gone freeing off Jayan Malia. But it didn't find who we wanted to find, which was Santosh Srethna. Now Edwards, he'll have a shot. He has a shot. Oh, nice work, Edwin. He didn't have much to play with, and it's your keeper, John. They're so hard. They're coming through players. They're coming late.
100%. And he knows there he's frustrated with himself because he wound up like he was going to lace it at the right-hand side, and the last minute he decided to be a little bit cute and come back across the other way, and he overcut it back just wide of that left-hand post there. But he did fantastically well to fashion the chance for himself and create the space with a little change of momentum. But that's really going to spur him on. As I said earlier, he's had a little step over. He's now created the shot. He's had a great first 11 to 12 minutes.
Yep.
He's going to be really up for this next period, and look out for him to be creating either for himself or for someone else.
Yeah, we're talking about Edmund McGrath having a starting opportunity today in this Uni Azzurri side. And to JD's comments, he's already impressed with a run down the left flank and then an in-turn there where an opportunity on goal was only missed marginally by 2 ball lengths or widths.
Well, they're probably as wide as they are long, Bruce.
They're
spherical.
It's race day tomorrow. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself with with the horses' heads. Okay, here we go. Ball in. It's going to be Santosh. I think, no, that'll be actually Jayan Malia. So Jayan puts a nice ball in. That's got height, and Jasper gets to it, the tallest man on the Hart side, other than the keeper. And it'll be cleared away by Dean Edwards. Little Terrier, he's everywhere. We're on the grandstand side. On the North West scoreboard, we have 13 minutes about to roll past. No score as yet. 1 goal, of course. No goal. No score since that goal is what I meant to say. And that was scored early on by the absolute goal magnet at the moment, and Yuki Akara.
And while we're waiting for this goal kick to come through, Bruce, it would be remiss if I didn't wish you a happy birthday.
It would be remiss.
So
where's the card?
I haven't got you a card.
That's all right.
But I will get you a drink later on. So happy Easter birthdays from myself and from everybody involved with football.
Thank you,
it's been
mate.
a fantastic day, mate.
Yeah, thank you. And as I said, share it with some great people like Ellie McCrillos, who we interviewed earlier from the women's game. Ball comes down. That's the Santosh Srethna. He's going to go across to the grandstand side. Now he turns back on his left foot, swings one around. Still an opportunity there for the Red and Blues. Couldn't take it. And Ababor runs away to McGrath, who we mentioned earlier. Ababor puts it back across here. He plays down the middle. Akara does a 1-2 back to Ababor. Nice work from them. And 17 getting a run today too. In that midfield role. There's Ababor. And William Suarez has been busy as well, number 8 for Uni Azzurri in that midfield. 14.5 minute mark just kicking over now. 1-0 to Uni Azzurri over Darwin Harts. One more home and away round to go. And to John Dean's point at pre-game, shackles are off. Time for the Harts to show what we know they have. Creativity. Some real artistry.
You can see that with some of those passes that have been attempted too. Jasper Mabunza just tried a 35-metre outside of the boot number. That wouldn't have happened earlier in the season when they're trying to skip to the game plan. But that's nice work from Azzurri. That opens up for Paredes, and I'll throw it back to you, Bruce.
Yeah, Paredes is going to try and skirt past the ever-present Sanjep. He's beaten him this time. He'll move into goal. He'll take it on him, take the shot. He puts it across goal, and it's there. And who's there? The salmon boots, the long white socks, and the man you just cannot keep off the score sheet. And he's heading for another ball in a casket.
Yeah,
What an amazing player Zakari. And you know that point about him not catching Mr. Bell, who's now leading the goal-scoring pop charts? That's two already to Chris Akara. And JD mentioned that he probably may not catch him, and that's probably the rational way of looking at it, but this kid is on fire. I mean, everyone was present there too. 2 or 3 unis are present for that cross. Got to give real credit to the assist.
Well, Paredes, it was fantastic.
Beautiful.
He had heads-up football. He could have laced that in the wrong spot. Instead, he powered it, but he put it to exactly where he knew his players were, and it was impossible for Aquara to miss. He won't get an easier one from half a yard out, but that's his 18th of the season, Bruce. Only 3 behind Bell now.
Yep, it's incredible. Just incredible. Bet Simon's likely to go tomorrow night. Simon Bell for Hellenic and score 23. Sania goes back now to Neroy Strethert. He goes across field. It's picked up by, I'll get his number plate in a minute, playing on the right side on the wing. Could be Juma Muizi. Little toe poke, clever stuff from Paredes, but didn't find the mark. Jasper Mabunza in there now. Bamali going across. Oh, my goodness. Akara's in there again. And he skirts with 3 boundaries and goes and makes it number 3. Oh, my goodness. He is an exceptional player. He has just got a 3rd goal. It is 16 minutes into this game. He is single-handedly dismantling Darwin Hearts. And it's just a joy to watch as a neutral, because the confidence, you know, when you play in the cold temperature and the heat and you get the steam coming off your boots? What's the reverse of that in this heat? Because I tell you...
Well, it's ice. But he had ice going through his veins.
Unbelievable.
Don't underestimate how difficult that finish was. Jordan Stobbart is a fantastic keeper. Right, he's done nothing wrong to be 3-0 down after 17 minutes. But that was a near-post finish that... You'd say the keeper should have covered, but Aquara sold him with his eyes and body position and then slotted it through the tiniest of holes, but it was never going anywhere but the back of the net and making it bowls for the 3rd time. Fantastic stuff from Aquara.
Absolutely. Hat-trick man. Hat-trick man. We're talking about number 19 for the Blue and Whites, running from left to right on your screen. He has 3 goals. Another hat-trick. Is that 3 hat-tricks this year or 4? 5 hat-tricks. Say that again. 5 hat-tricks. In cricket parlance, that's 5 centuries in the last 5 games. In ours, 5 hat-tricks. Wow. You are a superstar of Darwin Men's Premier League. The young fella, Akara, number 19.
So I've gone off.
What a vein of form.
4, but one of them was 4, which technically is 2 hat-tricks in. But 4 different games.
Another game to go, mate. Another game to go.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they actually play each other, Hellenic and Azzurri, next week.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be a shootout?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic if they're actually going to that game tied. Here he goes again. He just has 3 long steps. Nice work from Santos. Unfortunately, Santos can't pull it in. He tried his best, but good defensive running back. He got back, never gave up, hung around like the mosquito, and pushed the ball away from Akara, then back into his own body and over the line. It'll be a corner kick taken by Nathaniel Paredes, number 7.
Yeah, so just staying on that while they set this corner up, Simon Bell and Hellenic are playing against Mindle tomorrow, which is a cracking game, first versus second. But then I'm very confident that Azzurri play Hellenic next week.
Yeah, I'll... Oh, that's a nice header in there from Tiga Ajiki, and it would have hurt whoever went into, because he hit it hard. And Tiga ran back like every good defender do. Hasn't turned his... He's keeping his eyes and his head firmly on that ball. Now there's a run going to be made. And Juama Mwenzi tries to get past. And Juama Mwenzi has not been able to on that occasion, but the ball remains with his side. They're 3-0 down on the Northcrest scoreboard. Entertaining bunch of footballers. Anything's possible with this Darwin Hearts side. They're in the red with their blue, the navy blue. The ball will come off the railings of the grandstand and bounce fortuitously, one bounce into Neroy Strasnath, who throws it back to Choljock will step down, throws into his right hand, left hand. Now he's ready to go. Throws in, goes back to that aforementioned Neroy Sethner. Stays there again, wipes his hand, does Jock. Now he gets one. Mabisi. Jock again, trying to skim one through to Neroy. And there he is. Salmon boots, lovely thing on the... Oh, look at that ball. Look at that ball. Look at that. Just beautiful football. William Suarez, take a bow. You would have received that first lovely touch from a car. You put a ball through with great pace and direction, but the big man couldn't get to it because there was some really good defensive work from Sanjib and Bamali.
He showed a lot of facets of his game there, though, Aquara. It's a brilliant way to bring down that ball and pass it off first touch.
Lovely.
Made a nice run. He actually stuttered and then showed his pace to get back to the ball, because when he hesitated, you thought that Stobbard was going to get there, Bruce. But he got there, got rounded the keeper, and only for the commitment of the centre-half there from Hearts to get back there in khaki, he would have had his fourth inside of 20 minutes.
So true. Right, Nathaniel Paridi's taken a corner. He's had quite... Well, not a number. He's had 2 or 3, and that's quite a number, I suppose, in this 21st minute. 3-0 up on the scoreboard. Raises his left arm, number 7 we're talking about. Comes back into the field of play. Skips one across, a lovely ball in. And Jasper Mabunza gets in there. And then William Suarez says, I'll have a volley. Tennis centre's right next door, and it's not a bad one. Goes over the net, over the goal, over the commercial signage, and then into the trees and back in again fortuitously. All right, that's Jay and Marla there playing 1-2 with one of his players. Now he's lost it. Edmund McGrath's going to skip this back across. It's going to go over the top of everybody. Sanjep will come back. He scurries a pass forward. And Juma, urgent, showing his dancing boots, puts a lovely ball through to Santos Fresno, puts another one over to Neroy. They've moored Neroy Sethner up the front. Look at him and Edwards go. And Neroy just said, you're not going to get that ball, and just went bang. There's a shot, there's an opportunity. There's a goal.
That's
not sure if it was...
No, it's fortuitous. So GK, fantastic body strength, actually got Moise off the ball and all legal with his shoulder.
Yep.
But he was so strong that he's actually moved his player into the ball, which has then come off Georgie, the keeper, I'm fairly confident, into Moise, and then it's bounced in. So it's a goal, I think, for the striker for Hearts. He didn't know much about it. The ball's bounced off into him. But it will go down. He's a striker. He'll say he did it on purpose.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it was fantastic play. Great ball through to Shrestha. He cut it back well. Some nice interchange of passing there. That's fantastic for Hearts.
Yeah, and denies a clean sheet for Uni Azzurri. To your point, John, they've been pretty good in that regard. But last week and this week now, they'll have a goal conceded on their score sheet. But that goal was to number 9. Juama Mawizi. And like a striker, he'll take it. Came not a very circuitous route, but it faded its way into the goal, and they'll accept that. 3-1 on the scoreboard for North Crest. And Jordan Stoppard goes out there. A rare thing from Jordan.
It's an absolute stone-cold pen there, Bruce.
So that's a pretty easy one for the referee to make. Albert Krause in the centre tonight.
Stobbard spilled his lollies there under the pressure of McGrath, and then tried to atone for the error a little bit too hard and just grabbed the leg, unfortunately, and brought him down. But looks like he's passing this one off Aquara, or is he? Surely he's taking it.
Oh, look, he has to, but there is an opportunity for Kelvin to go, well, I might have a go. You've already had enough goals. Kelvin and him having a chat.
Well, Mapindiri hasn't scored this year.
Right, so
maybe he's trying to get off the nud run.
Okay, that's
being a week out from the end of the season.
Thank goodness. William Suarez in a bit of trouble down here in the grandstand. He's really struggling with his right knee or ankle. We'll check on William, see he's okay.
So I think the referee here, just going back to this penalty, they're both standing in the box, and the GK's had to pull out Aquara because you can't have two players inside the circle.
Yep, the referee was very patient with them.
And you would have expected Coach Raditis to have designated a penalty taker before the game. So one of them's out of line.
Yes.
We don't know who, but one of them's out of line.
Yeah, I would. Right, referee just checking to see whether there will be a sub before this. So the theatre builds, the drama only intensifies. 3-1 on the scoreboard. Jordan Stoppard, who inadvertently caused this, is sitting in the goal, standing in the goal, making himself bigger if that's possible. Kelvin moves in. Number 11 takes it and puts it past him. He had one choice to make. He went that way. He went the other. And given how excited they are for him, I would say that he wasn't meant to take it. I just think it looks like it's a, they weren't to know they were going to be 3-1 up.
No, I don't think so.
So anyhow, it's 4-1 now on the Northcrest scoreboard. William Suarez has succumbed. He's not good at all. That right ankle's causing him real grief. He's been helped off by John Casares. Michael Adidas showing the usual coach interest. Like, yeah, walk off, go on, you hurt, yeah, next. So that's now happening. John Casares in there, much more caring in his approach to that player, number 8, William Suarez. Had a really tiny 25 minutes on the ball, plenty of times in that midfield. They'll miss him. Okay, 4-1 on the scoreboard, penalty taken by Kelvin Mafadende. So to John Dean's point, he has a goal this year. And that's fantastic for him, because that means he may not have to do something. Goes back to Stoppard. This is pressure on the big man. And the other big man, Akara, came in. Header from McGrath. Bamali has a hold on his kit. He's lucky it came this way, otherwise that would have been dangerous. That'll be a whistle. No, jockey. I was going to say, yeah, at least. Yeah, but that's very Joel. So Joel will move over. He's still going to have a comment. Have a little comment with the ref.
Yeah, she said he's saying, I didn't touch him, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't run to the back of him.
So they'll move back. 10 metres being marched by central referee.
So being serious for a second here. Stobbard's just spilled his chocolates with some pressure from McGrath, and then he's had to have a shaky first touch after being put under pressure with the ball back. Reditis has to hit the target, or whoever gets the head on the cross has to hit the target here, and someone has to be following in on Stobbard.
Let's see. Let's watch this. Peter Reditis on the ball. Will he curve one in for a cross? Will he take the shot? If there is a rebound, blue and white need to be all over it, is the call from JD. Yeah. Waiting. There's a little announcement. They're talking about my birthday. That's so nice.
No, he's standing over this like he's going to cross it.
He is,
but as I said, somebody has to be following through on Stobbard, because he's usually very assured with his hands, but he's had a couple of moments last minute.
Here he goes. It's going to be a cross. Trying to find the on-rushing. He gets there, and he pushes it. Well, parried wide by the keeper. And to your point, nice cross from number 20, Peter Reditis, the captain. Didn't put a lot of force on it either. It's one of those balls that you can get real traction on if you can get your positioning right.
Well, it's smart play.
Yeah, nice quick corner. Comes in again. A bit lower than you want, because that's given Marley a chance to go. Number 2's on it. And 2, of course, is Samueli Masfari. But they've done their start today, Samueli.
Sorry, Bruce. They've done their homework on this, though. That's a foul throw. It'll be picked up shortly. They've done their homework on this here, Azzurri, insofar as there's only really Oshin Bamali and Jasper Mabunza with any height.
Yeah.
So you can float one in, and you're still going to have a superiority in terms of height in the box. So you don't have to hit it in hard and just get the flick on.
Yeah.
And they're taking that advantage there, and that was a brilliant ball in from Reditis. So danger signs if they're giving away cheap free kicks like that, Hearts.
Well, those tall players on the ball now. Number 10, Tiga Ajiki. He skims one over, trying to find the taller player in Akara, but it was intercepted by, to John's point, one of the 2 tall players in the outfield, Bamali for Hearts. Right, Edwards with a quick throw. Reditis drops the body and the chest down to flick that up. Tiga Ajiki now skims one across to Edwin McGrath. But Samueli Masfari is on there. Now he's got around him. Now it's a foot race. Nice work. Played on by Ababor. Lovely work. No, not Ababor. Actually, Milk, I think.
Yeah, it's Milk.
Yeah, Milk came on because she came on for Suarez. So Esquire Milk in there. Nice work with the lemon boots on.
So I must have been correct last week when I said it was a case of mistaken identity.
Yeah.
Good to see that got cleared up.
Absolutely. We live in the world of video and image. That's unfortunate. Picked up by Kelvin Mabadende, who's got a roving... Sorry, Amosa. Or was it Kelvin? It was Kelvin. Amosa's on the far side. Unusual for him. No, it was Amosa. My apologies. Amosa wearing 3. And, of course, Kelvin wearing 11 just took that penalty successfully for Azzurri. So Utiga, Amosa, Mapedende, Akara. Certainly some height out there. Oh, and throw Dean Edwards in as well. But, yeah, no, some tall timber. And to JD's point, an opportunity for them in any set pieces with the ball scurrying across those heads and that height. Redidis goes back. Keeper. Second touch of the night, I think, if I'm right. 4-1's the scoreline. Azzurri in the advantage. And they're running from left to right on your screen. Substitute Milko Esquire there. Little back heel for Nathaniel Paredes. Lovely work from Esquire. Goes in there again. Hands, bodies. Still there. Can't miss his boots. Good effort from number 6 for Azzurri. Didn't get the ball in the end, but showed his coach and his team he's on. Here he comes back. Nalu. And he's speedy. Haven't seen much of him, but he's there now with the ball. Puts his left foot to it. Bakana Nalu, so quick. Just rips across the pitch, and he showed it then. Now playing on the grandstand side where closer to the commentary area where we'll see him. Now he's heading back over to the far side. Made a little effort to go across here. Edwards goes back to his captain. And captain's puts one across to the big central defender who goes even further across field. So 3 passes there well and truly now 70 metres across the pitch. Now there's a run. Akara's going to greet this ball. That's a lovely ball put through, but Bamali will clean up. And Jordan Stoppard just can't get there to stop a corner. But a lovely through ball from Kelvin.
And that's what happens when you're in form.
Yes.
It just stopped at his feet.
Yeah, it didn't
it? was a 40-metre ball into space. Like he was hitting that into an area for the run, but it just falls at your feet.
Yep.
That's the sort of form he's in. He's making good runs, and the ball's just falling for him.
Yeah.
And, long may it continue for him, but it's still an hour to go. If they keep putting balls through like that,
he
can rack up the scoreline.
He could go surfing in Joe Bay in South Africa in shark season because there's nothing there. He's just... Everything is blessed about him today, or the last 6 weeks. Oh, well done, Stoppard. Fully stretched, kept his body and his balance there. Well played, young man.
And this is where they're dangerous. Hearts on the counter.
Edwards has to get there. Kept it in for the other side. Oh, well done, Dean Edwards, 13. That's the sort of stuff you applaud as a team. That's an effort. And Niroy just puts it into second gear. He's got 7 more. Number 12 we're talking about. Didn't get a chance then for Hearts. There's a ball going through. Lots of...
It's a pretty big tug on the shirt there, Bruce, to get away from Marley.
Yeah.
But as you say, he's been blessed lately, so he'd surely try it. He might have got away with it.
Everything's just falling his way. Absolutely. Here's a go. Edmund McGrath. Bang. Turns in on the right foot. Unselfish, Edwin. Trying to find Nathaniel Paredes. It'll come off a good little Sanjeb defensive effort. Sanjeb goes again. Nathaniel will look at the opportunities and, oh my goodness. Seriously, raise the number of fingers on your hand and you have... My goodness.
So that was again Aquara. 4 goals.
4 goals.
34 minutes. It takes him to an even 20 for the season. That's fantastic stuff.
Absolutely.
But he owes so much credit to Nathaniel Paredes, who, number one, didn't give up on the play, but again, went the byline, drew with his eyes and his body position Jordan Stobbart, and then just laid it on a platter there for Aquara, who, again, I said he wouldn't score one easier earlier in the game, but that was just as easy then. He's, outside of his first goal, he's probably had a combined 7 yards for his last 3.
And and to your point about Nathaniel, if that wasn't the narrowest corridor to pick, and he just took it, kept it in play, and to your point, by a whole range of feinting and body work, just laid it onto Akara. 4 goals. So the informed striker, number 19 for Uni Azzurri. He is having a smorgasbord or buffet of goals where you get there and there's no one else in the room and you're first to the buffet and you're the only one to the buffet, and he takes a shot. I'm talking about milk here. Plenty of milk at the buffet at breakfast. That one goes over the top, and Spire had an opportunity there with the bright lime green boots. He pulls up and moves back. The referee's coming over to the grandstand side at the 35th minute mark. There's going to be a sub for Hearts. No one knows who it is yet. No one's really showing enthusiasm to look up to see who I'm going to be. They're all looking away.
I think it might be Chol Jock.
And poor old Chol's going to come off. Maybe he's carrying a little bit of an injury. He has been. So hopefully that's not the case. He might have some work or something he's got to head off to. 36 minutes about to go on the clock. 5-1 to Uni Azzurri over Darwin Hearts. Number 13's going on, and that's a Srethna. So Rabin's out there now. Sarjal's out there. Sorry, no, we haven't got Sarjal yet. Santosh is, and of course, Niroy, who's playing a central striking role for the Red and Blues. They're running from right to left on your screen. That's Darwin Hearts. There's the boy I was talking about now, Niroy Srethna. Real talent. There he goes again. Still on the ball. Kelvin Mappadenda has to do all the good work of a defender there. Now it's back with Niroy. If he just puts this in the right spot, Nilla has an opportunity. No, good defensive work. Again, pressure. Amosa in there now. Amosa comes away with some nice jinking turns to get the ball back. Edwin McGrath now unleashes Akara. Akara, Mabisi in the inside. Akara, and Kara for once misses. Don't say that often, but he will get a corner out of it. Lovely work from what we had then was an assertive play, a good offensive work from Hearts over in this far right corner for them. And then 3 passes out, Akara's on his way again. They have been just doing that split passing out from the back so well, John.
And there was a goal kick, but they're here away, and Paredes would tee this up again, you'd think.
Oh, my goodness. I told you to hold up how many fingers on your hand. Fingers Malone. 5.
But that's 5 for Aquara, but again, it's
5. Yeah, and
credit Paredes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The frustrating thing is, though, we're up here, we can see it coming as soon as Paredes gets the ball. Someone in that right back or one of the 2 centre halves for Hearts just has to stand on Chris Aquara here because they're picking him out every time. Now, Paredes, if he had taken the shot on then, it was nowhere near as acute as the first 2. He probably could have scored himself, but went to the hot foot, who's now got 5 goals for the match, 21 for the season, tied with Simon Bell. G'day, Simon, if you're watching at home. Pressure's on tomorrow, son. Yep.
JD, you mentioned the how that would be extraordinary. Well, we've seen the extraordinary. We have 38 minutes of regulation time in the first half about to unfold. We have 5 goals to 1 individual, 6 to the team. He could have taken the penalty and had 6, but Kelvin Mappadenda did and scored for his side. Darwin Hearts put 1 back a little earlier ago, but we have seen an absolute masterclass from this young number 19 who has just benefited from being in hot form, confidence all through his body. And this man now, Bamali's just beaten a guy who's just been unselfish all night. I'm talking about Nathaniel Paredes, number 7 for Uni Azzurri, has just put it on a platter for 3 of them. And to John Dean's point, the first goal was so special. The next 4, he's had to move no more than 3 or 4 metres. And this comes to Amosa now. And Amosa just puts it in. He turns. If he's got a left foot on him, he'll take that unselfishly put away by Akara. And Edwin McGrath's going to turn him on the inside. No, he doesn't. Comes back. Is 13. And 13 is Rabin Srethna, the sub, who's come on and cleaned that up. Nice work from Rabin.
You can see here that Hearts have made the defensive adjustment. Jasper Mapunza has moved back into centre half to sort of stem the bleeding with this one.
Yeah.
It's 6-1 at this point in time. I think the biggest scoreline we had for the season has been 7-2. So, from a Hearts perspective, I said the shackles will be off, but they won't want to cop a hiding.
No.
So agreed. Smart work there to try and get a strong body in there, and I'm sure Jasper will just be told to track his run.
All right, he's going to pass it on, and he tried to bring in Amosa, and the big number 3 just couldn't get to the ball. There's one of those kicks that's called hopeful, and it's just gone down to the keeper now, and they'll start from the back. They go across field to Edwards, number 13, and the young little Edwards, who works so hard for his football team. Nathaniel Paredes, the unselfish man, puts a lovely ball across again. And if this is another goal, that is a goal to Edwin McGrath, and it would have to be 5 assists to number 7.
Yep, and there was a little bit of Ryan Grant in that one. That was definitely chest.
Ryan Grant was talking about Sydney FC.
Yeah, in the grand final goal. Yeah, off his chest. But the way he chested it down to his control, you actually thought he might be just going to tap off a little assist there to acquire again from 2 yards out to get another one. But McGrath said, "No, thank you. I'll be doing the hard work and I'll be taking that one." But 7-1 here, and Hearts showed a bit more starch there with the change, but they've just got to stem that bleeding here and get it to half time. Take some stock.
Yeah, they will. They'll stem it. The score is uncomfortable at the moment, but they will stem it now with the changes they've made back, with Rabin Shrestha going there and Mbunza as well, and having Bamali move forward. And this is Neroy Shrestha. Look at that. He's just such a talented, beautiful player. And Tiga will get in there, the big man, and clean up. That'll be in the advantage of the smaller man, number 9. He's already got a goal jammer. And Juma Wezi will leave it for Neroy Shrestha. 7-1 on the scoreboard for Northcrest. My name is Bruce Stoll. I've got John Dean with us in this live streaming of the Men's Premier League Round 17 match. Azzurri currently in 3rd place, getting a really nice advantage on their for and against. If they end up at the same point with Mindle, I would assume they would go through a second. Given I haven't checked, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, mate, but I would imagine the number of goals I've seen from Azzurri over the last 4 weeks, that would put them in a pretty handy position. Yeah,
certainly. And the way that they're tracking at the moment, obviously, Mindle play Hellenic tomorrow, which will be a tough match for them, and then they finish off with Port Darwin while Azzurri finish off with Hellenic, so plenty of football to be played there. But if Azzurri win both their games, then game on.
Moves in, takes a shot, comes off Reditas. One of those awkward ones for a defender where he had to commit, but that could have easily skied off the head in and under that crossbar. It didn't, went over, so it's a corner. Nice work there from Neroy Shrestha, number 12. He now moves into midfield. If the ball comes his way, he will floor it. Nalu comes in. And it's not the right place. Goes to Milk. Milk kicks it away. Well, McGrath does. Edwards, the right back. And here he goes. Edwards, I don't think has ever had a goal in his life. I won't say that, but he certainly doesn't get many opportunities in the right back position. If he turns and puts it on, he put it on. Now Paredes has the shot, and he finally gets one. Nathaniel Paredes, you deserve that, young man. I would say you've done 5 assists. You then got a fortuitous bounce your way, and you just floored it. To your point, John, he could have done that 3 or 4 times himself.
Certainly, and he showed what he's got there. That was a side footer finish and had plenty of power in it. That's his 8th for the season. Well, he could comfortably have been into double figures tonight had he been a little bit more selfish.
Yeah,
but he's in the top 10 himself. He was 7th coming in tonight. Yeah. But he's on target to get double figures this season if he keeps this up. And that's sort of just cap off the work rate that he's had, because it's not his goals, it's his assists. He would be so far up the top of that, it's not even funny. Yeah. And we've seen that tonight. But his work rate, he's always in good positions. You know what you're going to get from him week in for week out.
Yep.
But deserved his goal there. Well done.
Right, 9 goals, 43rd minute mark we've had in this game already in the first half. Men's Premier League Round 17 match featuring Darwin Hearts, running from right to left on your screen, and an on-fire, on-rushing and successful Azzurri. And there's the man who's put 5 assists on, puts another one onto Akara. Akara turns the ball. Nice work from Justin Mbunza to clean that up. Only as far as Rabin Shrestha. He gets a 1-2 from Nalu. Now he's down the middle. He puts it back across to Neroy Shrestha, puts a lovely boy on. That's a nice bit of work from Kelvin Mappadende. This ball will be a corner, I think.
That'll be a goal kick.
No, goal kick. Well put, JD.
But, end-to-end stuff there. Aquara thought he had more time than he did. Tried to take 2 touches when he really needed to take 1 and then put a shot on. But 4 passes later and went down the other end, and Nalaw nearly away. Great covering tackle. And even better when you can get that tackle to play the ball off the attacker and out for the goal kick. So,
nice work from Rabin Shrestha to Neroy Shrestha and Naloy in there. Naloy in there as well. Nula, sorry. Now it comes away. Reditas on the ball goes back to his keeper. Keeper hasn't had a lot of work. He has 1 goal past him tonight. And Georgiou will watch that ball go forward to his opposite number. Stoppard, the keeper.
Yeah. That's a harsh yellow card there on Aquara.
You will give him, is it a yellow?
Yeah, he's going to give it to him, Albert Cross, the referee. But Jasper Mapunza has sold Jordan Stobbart an absolute hospital pass there. That was horrible. So I dare say he'll be having a chat to him at half time and saying, mate, you're killing me. What was that?
What that was an opportunity for the referee to get his yellow card out, and he's done that. So the man with 5 goals can go home with 5 goals and a yellow thing.
It's a full game, Bruce.
It is. It is.
He gets some assists in there. He's punched all his tickets tonight.
Yeah, my word. Just don't get a red one. There it goes. And it's half-time in this men's Premier League match. We have 9 goals for the entertainment value. There is plenty of that. We'll take a short break, and then John and I will have a look at what John thinks is going to progress in the second half, what he'd like Hearts to do, and what he sees Azzurri doing as we head in to half-time. 45 minutes, 9 goals, 7 assists, 5 goals to 1 goal to another, 1 penalty, 1 to another. I could go through all those numbers, John, but what they sum up is a game in which one team's dominated the other.
100%, Bruce, and that's University of Azzurri that we're talking about, and in particular Chris Aquara, who's got 21 goals for the season now, moved him up to tying with Simon Bell in the Golden Boot race, which is just sensational. I said at the start of the call, he'd be doing well to catch him. Exactly. Well, he's done well, and he's got half a football still to go.
Thank you, I was going to say. Now, I want to talk about Hearts. We talk about shackles off, just have a go. They've let through quite a few goals. They'll be in an uncomfortable place, but really, this is even more so greater reason why to go to throw everything at it.
100%, and that's got to be the half-time conversation here if you're the Hearts coach, and it sounds under sick stuff, but it's 0-0, guys, go out there and start again, because if you're going out there with the mindset that you're already 7-1 down, 8-1 down, they're not going to play any football. No. And if they try to get defensive and just protect this, then Azzurri are just going to come at them with goals, and more goals. So they need to play some football to actually play themselves out of trouble here.
Right, we'll see what happens in the second half. 45 minutes have already given us 9 goals. See what this next 45 does. Azzurri have 8. Darwin Hearts have 1. This is Men's Premier League on a Friday night. So happy to bring it, whatever device you're on. Thank you for your support of Darwin Men's Premier League football in Northern Territory, the top end of Australia, moving out of the dry season into the ongoing, onrushing, incredibly stifling heat of the wet season. And the whistle rings out. Quite an echo through here in Marara, the sporting precinct in Darwin. Ever been to Darwin? All the sports, the primary sports are all in one area called the Marara Sporting Precinct, and there's just some fabulous facilities around here. And the great thing is on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday is the amazing traffic jams that happen with mums and dads dropping off kids to play sport here. It's incredible.
To put it into perspective, I guess, for people from interstate that haven't been here, think the Sydney Olympic Park complex in Sydney, except that you're less than 10 minutes from the CBD as opposed to being out in Homebush.
Yeah, my word. Giorgio on a touch early. Nice calm work back out to his captain, Peter Raditis. Azzurri running now right to left on your screen. A little bit of fancy work from Nathaniel Paredes there. Milk was there early in the line boots. It's gone over Bamali and will go out of play. Did he touch that? No, he didn't. So it'll stay. Yes, he did touch that. So it'll be a Azzurri. We do this there again. Over the top, offside is Akara.
Lazy there from Chris. You're a minute back from half time and he's just stood in an offside position where he knows that ball's going to be coming to him like a magnet.
Yeah.
So they'll do well to have a chat with him and just tell him to get your head back in the game here. Second half, start again and see if you can get another 3 or 4.
Yeah, head in the game, not in the sheds. Right, we'll come up. Ball will be set C for a set piece. Taken by Jasper. Feigns to take the first one. Goes back. Now he does. Goes across field. Short one. To Sanjip. Now Bamali has come forward. The left-hand sided player. Tall young man. Only a young kid. Shows so much potential. Nola goes back to Louisi. Nola on the ball now. Number 11 goes back to Bamali. But it'll go out of play. Nice pick up from Bamali back to Edwards. Friendly action. And he cleans up himself. Santosh Srethna goes back. Marley on the ball.
And no changes for either side at half time, Bruce. They've come out as they were. and no positional changes either. So it's actually not dissimilar to the first half in terms of the start too. It hasn't been at any real pace, but as soon as I said that in the first half, it just started raining goals, particularly at the Azzurri end of the field. But
talk about a switch going off.
Yeah, absolutely. So
it was like that, wasn't it?
It's opened this second half very similar to how we started the first, with Azzurri keeping possession in the ball, but at a pace that will not trouble Darwin Hearts at all.
And talking about pace, we'll see what unfolds in the 45 minutes of this second half, where we've already seen 9 goals. Neroy Shrethner on the ball, number 12. Lovely ball through to Rabin Shrethner. He's on the run. And Rabin will go forward, puts one across. It's too hard. There's no one there. I don't know who he was aiming for, but it's on Dorididis' head and will come out of play. Referee's pulled it up. Wants to come back here, I think. What's he want?
I think there's a dropped shin pad here, Bruce.
Oh, okay, he's collecting it up. Just remember, Pilot has joined us. And what Pilot is it fixes the problem that men don't go to the doctors enough. For some reason, men find going to the doctors awkward and certainly time-consuming, but they're time-consuming for anybody on the planet. So Pilot fixes that problem by bringing the doctor to you via the internet. We might need a doctor here. It was a blood riddle.
I was going to say, you might be right on here, Mel. Kelvin Mapandiri might be needing a doctor himself. I think he's just copped a stray arm. Completely accidental, but right across the chops.
Yes.
It hurts.
It does.
The eyes will be watering a little bit.
Yeah, and he's still checking a MOSA. So, as I said, Pilot fixes the problem by bringing the doctor to you via the internet. And there are prescription treatments for, which none of us need, mate, hair loss and other common issues. Free delivery. You just scan the QR code to find out more. Just Google Pilot. And it's a way of getting men's health off the back pages, on the front pages, and more importantly, actions taken by men. Cleaned away very at the last minute by J.N. Marler, but effectively be a corner. Aspire Milk goes running in and out of the field of play in vision. He'll scurry back in a minute. Here he comes now, back into the field of play area. Nice run from Kelvin Mapandiri. That's lovely work. Set it up. He'll put a nice left footer across, trying to find the onrushing Akara. And at the back there was Tiga. Tiga will get another opportunity here, because that came off a Hearts player. Look, Aspire Milk goes running across the pitch with eagerness. He likes taking corners. He's going to get a second opportunity. He'll take this on his left, I assume. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Sulad Maski's the only player in this league that will vary the leg with which he takes the corner.
All right, I'll
so he'll take this on his right.
It's on his right. Yeah, you're right. Muskie does do that. Now it can plenty of height. It'll just drop into the danger zone. It came off the back of Redidis' head. He just pats the top of his head like some school kid who's done well in class. Now he goes away. That'll be played on. The referee will probably pull that back in a minute if this doesn't go where he thinks it's going to go. No, he's happy with that. Look back to see the player on the ground. He'll stop the play now.
And I'm not sure if he got the handball there from Redidis. From Paredes. But
yes.
It was definitely a handball. But I think the central referee, Albert Kraus, there was checking on the player and missed it. So he should get a tip-off here from Ryan, his AR on the North Crest scoreboard side of the field.
Yeah, let's just see.
Yeah, he has.
No, he's going to play through it. Now it'll go out of play, and now they'll get restarted. Okay, Edwards goes over the ball, number 13, and collects at the right back for a little energetic. Player. Is he the right back? And he wears each and every week number 13 on his back. A lucky number for Dean Edwards. A little intervention from Dean then that brings out a little interplay that was happening between the Red and Blues. Rabin Shrethner on the ball. He's going the wrong way. Now he goes around, turns around trying to find Bamali. Even Bamali's long legs can't pull that one in. So it'll go over the sideline, and the aforementioned Edwards will have a throw in. 52nd minute about to roll past. Thanks to the Northern Territory Government for their support of Men's Premier League. Also NTF, the construction supply specialist. North Crest, the development just south of here, are our scoreboard highlighters, but more importantly, contributors to Men and Women's Premier League here in Darwin. And of course, Steel Line. If you want a fence, a shed, a roof, or you want to build a factory, or I don't know, you like putting steel in your lunchbox, go and see Steel Line over service over and above. Okay, ball's been played through, all ball. Leroy Sresnos, he's going to have a shot from there. And Giorgio just stood his ground calmly, one bounce into his hands.
Plenty of ambition there from Leroy Sresnos.
Yeah, he's
Plenty
on
of
it
self-belief.
again, ambition live too. Just won the ball back. Louisi will go back to Santos Sresna. Sresna, if he looks up, will go wider again. Rabin Sresna's going to have a shot that's going to be reasonably harmless, but on direction, on target, and into the keeper Giorgio's hand. John?
Correct, but this is what we wanted to see from Hearts. They've come out this first 7-8 minutes here of the second half with a lot more intensity than they finished the first half. And Azzurri, and you know, you can't really blame them for this. They're 7 goals to the good, 8-1 up, but they haven't brought the intensity out here in the start of this second half. So the coach will be imploring them to do that, but it's one of those hard things to do psychologically when you're so far up to do those little 1% efforts. But the ball's here to Aquara, who's a mile onside, and will set up Milk.
Yep, and Milk going to go to the goal now. Turned in, nice work from Sajan Mali. And Bamali's just sort of beautiful ball through. Now the race is on. And Makana Nalu's going across, takes a shot and has a goal. That's a fantastic goal. And to your point, John, efficient, effective, and a real energy level that wasn't in the first half.
100%, and you saw there he could have cut that back to Mweze, who'd made a fantastic run just at the top of the penalty spot, but he's taken the near side angle on, and we'll tell you what, if you take that, you've got to hit the target and score. And you're aiming for the back post and just trying to get it in, and he's hit the back post and has gone in, so well done, son.
No, it was, you're right, it was, what do they call it? High risk.
And he's got the high reward. Exactly right.
Yeah. So well played to number 11. Scurried down that left-hand flank, came into goal, turned in, narrow corridor, went for the far post, and ricocheted in. We're talking about Makana Nalu. So we have 10 goals, 2 of them to Hearts, 8 to Uni Azzurri. Big Amosa comes through the play. He's already had a ball in the face. He got another one, unfortunately. Nice work from Leroy Sresnath to Rabin Sresnath. The audience is happy. They're getting excited. The Hearts fans are here in numbers. Having a lot to cheer about, but they'll cheer anything because they love their footy.
I'm sure you heard them before through the effects mark as well, letting them know that their man had man on before.
Yep.
They've been fantastic this season, Bruce. Got to give them a shout out. We've lost a few of the drums and whatnot that we're so used to from their crowd, but they're still here in numbers. And at 8-2 down, that's when you need help.
Yep.
You need that 12th man behind you, and they're still here supporting their team on, and they're really encouraged by what they've seen, which is fantastic.
Yeah, no, good to see. Right, Ravine Sresnath moves in with 13, goes in there, comes away from Edwin McGrath to the red-hot, salmon-booted, white socks of Chris Akara. We hope that's not an injury. He skips away with a bit of gingerness.
What I love there, Bruce, Chris Akara got the ball at his foot, and Coach Michael Roditis is there saying, just hold the ball up, Chris. To a bloke that's got 4 goals in an 8-2 game, there's no chance in the world he's holding that. He's going to goal from 60 out.
No.
There was no chance he was holding that up.
How many goals has he got?
He's got 21 for the season.
Wow.
4 tonight.
5 tonight?
5 tonight, sorry. Yeah, I can't even keep count. 5 tonight, 21
he's
for the season.
He's definitely got 21, has he? Wow. That's so funny. No, he'll never catch Simon Bell. Not in a million years.
Well, I said he'll do well. He's done very well.
He's done really well. It's extraordinary times in the Men's Premier League here in Darwin. This is a round 17 match that's featured 10 goals, 5 by one player, number 19, Akara, who's just been on fire week in, week out. He's putting in multiple goals. And, you know, we talked about him earlier in the year, JD, about the potential, you know, what was there, what could happen. And then suddenly, like the wet season, switch went off. Akara, same time. Extraordinary. Here he is, his mate, Nathaniel Parides, putting a ball across. Oh, my goodness. No communication there. Rabin says, so sorry, mate, he says. Wasn't Rabin, actually. It was 16. Let me see. Yeah, the number plate, I think it was 16.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay. So it was Suman Rayat. Suman, the sub, came on.
So made a sneaky change there that we didn't see.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You were face down inside something that you were eating. Comes back across now to one of the busy Sresnas. This one's 13. Rabin puts it through. Bamali puts it. That's an unusual Bamali pass. It's to the wrong player. Ababor Our ball's now gone to Moses. Moses pushed it forward. Out comes Nathaniel. No, sorry, who is it? Yeah, no, Edmund McGrath. That's a little dangerous. Want to protect the keepers. Edwin's all over him saying, I'm sorry. Referee moves in there. He'll have a word to see if he's okay, Jordan. Jordan says, yeah, I'm fine, mate. He'll also have a word to Edmund McGrath.
It's fine to be sorry, but he didn't need to do it. It was the more frustrating thing from Jordan Stobbard's point of view. He's down on the ground and Edwin didn't need to be anywhere near it.
No.
But there'll be
well put.
Another substitution here for Hearts very shortly.
Okay, good. We'll see who that is in a moment. They'll come into vision.
I'd suggest it's going to be Oshun Bamali coming off.
Okay, so we need a Srethner on, so we're going to get one. So Saljal Srethner coming on. He'll join Santosh Srethner. Sandip is still yet to come on, I think. Sapedi. So Oshun Bamali's off and been replaced by number 10, Saljal Srethner. Goes to Rabin Srethner. He goes across where it's beaten. J.N. Marley. Edmund McGrath puts a lovely ball through to a man who may get 6. Bruce. He's offside.
Offside, Bruce.
Could have been 6.
It should have been 6, which is the more frustrating thing because there was no reason for Chris Aquara to be offside.
Yeah, there's no one near him, was there?
No. But nice ball from McGrath all the same to pick him out.
Nice work again from Edwin. Turned around. You can see he was going to try and find Kelvin Mappadende on the run. Mosa knows he's still there. He looks back. He knows he's there. He's going to go forward. But no, great work from Santosh. Santosh Srethner now got it. He's got Rabin Srethner on the inside. Nero Srethner on the run on this side. Ball's gone threaded through, but Radita's strong as. The ball should have really come to Nero Srethner on this side. Couldn't see him. So Saljal Srethner now on the defence. Going to present himself, but he ignores him. Does Schumann, Rao. Here's a chance again. Good effort. Peter Raditis has been pulled down there. So the ball will come back to a set piece for that infraction.
And you can see that there's going to be more goals at both ends here, Bruce. The midfield's getting really strung out. And again, you can't blame Azzurri, but they're not being as diligent getting back into the defensive duty after they're going forward. They're very happy to go forward. So that's a horribly obvious foul there.
Edmund McGrath just went, that's funny. He was the player that was affected by it, number 9 for Azzurri.
Well, he's
still
usually
laughing.
He's usually dishing out those sort of tackles, not receiving them.
So he's probably going,
he's like what it feels like, isn't it?
That's a model one, nuts.
Yeah.
I like it.
But no, back to the point here, Bruce, but they've come out, Hearts, exactly how we wanted them to as a neutral.
Yeah.
They've attacked. They've offered some more intensity going forward, and that's a brilliant ball that Paridi should belt home here.
Players are back urgent in defence. What do you want to see? That's about your point about energy. Well, I was saying we can't keep it in. He's got a goal.
And that's a credit to everyone involved with Hearts, from the coaching staff and all the players, that that energy and urgency is still there, that professionalism to continue on and do exactly what their coaches asked you in the second half, come out and show something, and they've done it.
Playing football. Good to see. Playing out from the back now. Now it comes to Saljal Srethner. He goes across field, still on the ball. Nice strong work. Amosa came at him. Now he puts the ball back into Muizi. Muizi sort of off balance and easy pickings for Tiga Ajiki. And Giorgio puts one back out. But there's an on-rush and real urgency and pace coming from the sub there in Saljal Srethner. And now the goal scorer, Nalu, does a nice little back heel and pushes it forward. Muizi's on the chase. Reditis will let this go back to his own keeper. Giorgio's got opportunities, one to his right, one to his left. He's going to go down the middle. Well, no, goes opportunity to nobody. So, unfortunately, raised his hand. Sorry, guys. Coach not happy.
Yeah, that's an area of his game that he can certainly improve as they're running into finals here. Giorgio is released because there was no pressure on him there and he's turned the ball over, and they're going to have more pressure than that coming at them in future weeks. So,
and there are teams make you pay for that.
100%.
Number 2 on the ball. He's been busy. He's going to go again. So as Milk coming out of the sub. Here's a strong game, Esquire Milk. McGrath's going to show some skills against number 2 again. And number 2, Samueli Masari, has been busy in this right back position. He's been determined, not letting anyone get on top of him. Esquire calls for it. That's Milk. And Samueli think couldn't have been me, surely.
Well, he just needs to be careful because he's just got his yellow ticket not very long ago, Bruce. So, wisely, Albert Krause is just telling him, just settle down here. He wants 11 on 11 to finish this game. We don't need any silly red cards for dissent there.
No, Albert's a very 11 v 11 central referee. Keep a running commentary and keeping the players aware of where they stand in each point of the game. 63 minutes is the point of this match. 10 goals, 8 to Azzurri, 2 to Darwin Hearts in this Men's Premier League Round 17 match here at Larrakia Park on a night that has been a fabulous one for the neutrals. Plenty of goals.
It happened again, Bruce. It falls on the head there of Uche Aquara, Chris Aquara. If there is an element of his game that he can work on in the next few weeks, is certainly his headed finishing, and you saw that there, but that's another one.
Now that's hit the centre, the crossbar, in the centre of the crossbar. Jordan Stoppard was fully stretched, couldn't get to it, had beaten him, and that way just a turn and bang with his left.
Can we check the balls? Is there something in the balls? Has he got magnets in his boots or what, Bruce?
Yeah, we will do a check. We will get with the stewards out.
Oh, there's got to be an inquiry.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been fantastic, number 19. 5 goals tonight. Playing out from the back is Darwin Hearts. To their point about playing football. Currently have a 1-0 lead, don't they, if I remember rightly? Am I right? Yes.
Correct, yep. Yeah, won the second half so far.
So far, yeah, and the second half is at the 64-minute mark. There he goes again, number 2. He's been determined. Needs to stay on the pitch, but you can't fault his attitude and his determination. That'll be given to him. Teague goes, no. Yes, it was, Teague. You know that. Comes back. Please. Nero Shrestha on the board. I'd like Nero to go forward, actually. He's just better when the ball's coming to him. There's a run for Sajal Shrestha. He finds him, but who gets in the way? Number 17. Ababor. Who quietly goes about his work for Azzurri each week. Number 17. Now, Kelvin Mapadende goes to Edmund McGrath. They come together. Bring each other down.
As I said, Bruce, he's normally the one tackling players, and he's just grabbed Nero Shrestha there and pulled him down with him.
Tackle.
So, yep.
And there's two players
dangerous.
on the ground.
Yeah, that was dangerous, that one.
So, yellow card for the player on the ground, I'm assuming.
Far more concerning, Bruce, though, is that Raditis, the skipper, is down on the ground and has not moved. We know he's had injuries over the years that have probably hampered his ability to really reach his peak potential, but he's had a pretty good season, and he's probably...
No, he's had a good season.
The way I was going to put it is his fortunes have been Azzurri's fortunes this year.
Yeah.
As he's got himself back on the pitch, the more minutes he's played, the better they've gone. Obviously, he's not banging him in the back of the net, but he's mirrored what's happened for this Azzurri side. So,
talisman.
Hopefully, this is just a corky and nothing too serious. It might end his night tonight, but nothing more than that.
Right.
But we'll see what happens as president, assistant coach, and tonight trainer John Casares comes on the field.
Yeah, with the special spray. He's in there now.
Ankle by the look of this from here, or knee?
Well, hopefully it's
ankle.
It's a sting and not what we think it may be. Some ligament damage or something. Hopefully not. Right, 66 minutes has gone to go past. A chance to talk about our new national, connected sponsor in Pilot. It's about men's health. And again, just Google Pilot. The idea is they bring the doctors to you via the internet. And when I say you, I'm talking about men's health here. Renowned for going to the doctors sometimes 20 or 30 years apart, which is not a good idea. And so the more time you go, the more you have an understanding of your health, the more chance you'll get checked, and the more chance you'll pick up something before it gets too severe. So look for Pilot. That brings the doctor to you via the internet. Because men in Australia aren't known for the doctor.
No, certainly not, Bruce. But we need to change that and reduce the stigma around it, and Pilot's helping to do that. So welcome aboard.
I've always thought it's because they have all those magazines about Hugh Grant going out with someone and all that sort of stuff. Now what they need is just to scrap the magazines and have things like you can build things in there. Like a tool, like a sander.
Okay,
while you're there.
I obviously moved here 3 years ago from down south in Sydney. you don't have to wait very long for a doctor here, so I don't even get to the magazine. So there's no excuse for us gents to not be going to the doctors, Bruce. But getting back to the football for a second, good news, Raditis has come off under his own steam.
Yeah.
Smart move from Coach Raditis
to take him off
because there's nothing to be gained by leaving him out there. There's a nice free kick swung in, but Giorgio's punched that away. You're 8-2 up. He's your captain. You need him for the run-in. He's a tough bloke. He wouldn't have wanted to come off, but smart move by the coach taking him off.
We're talking about Peter Raditis here, who's succumbed to we hope it's a slight injury, and to JD's point, he's come off under his own steam. Nice work from Mabunza. Jasper came again, then came again, then came again. So good 3 efforts from him.
Yeah, unfortunately though, Jasper, everybody saw the nutmeg, mate, so that'll be a couple of dollars into the kitty. But brilliant work from him to chase back and shut down the play that ensued.
Capital E effort from him. 68 minutes on the Northcrest scoreboard. Currently Darwin Hearts lead this half, 1-0. They're running from right to left in the red and royal blue, with the blue socks. Stray finger there in hand from Mimosa. Milk puts the ball through. Got too much punch on that, so it'll roll harmlessly in the hands of Jordan Stuppard, who's with the left-hand sided play, left bounce. Lovely technique, puts the ball well and truly into play down here. It'll be in a sneaky little sub there too when Raditis came off. And on has gone a player.
Daxton Masai, his 14's gone on.
You're right.
Yep, and so he's moved out to the right-hand side, left-hand side at the back, and GK's been joined by Kelvin in the centre of defence.
Ball goes back. Now he goes. Nalu on the run. It's all right. You'll get the ball to see how the player is first.
Yeah, and GK reeled out of that one.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
His his goalkeeper said something to him, and he's not even up yet.
Yeah, so he was certainly fouled, but the first foul before that came from the Hearts, on the Hearts player,
yes, on the Hearts player, which is where they're going back to.
Yep.
So 70 minutes about to roll around on the Northcrest scoreboard. We have NTF, Construction Supply Specialists, and Steel Line Service over and above as two of our major sponsors, as is Rebel, Hyundai, and Pilot, Men's Health, via the internet. Go to the doctors that way. If you can't get to a surgery, you don't like waiting, you don't like wading through magazines. Or to John's point, there's not a lot of time you have to wait when you go. So make your appointment and you'll be seen promptly. Most importantly, just make an appointment. Right, wall set. 5 in the wall, I think. Comes in. Little play on. That's going to go. And he's got it in. Oh, my goodness. That is a great save from Giorgio. That came so late to him. He's dived down to his left and parried it away. Nice little training run, that
was
one.
a training ground move, that one, clearly.
Beautiful.
They looked like they'd overplayed their hand a little bit. It was just a smidgen too far in front of Shrestner, but he's got such speed that he was able to recover and get there and top tour saved from Giorgio. Hasn't had much to do tonight, but that's a highlight for him.
There, absolutely. Well played to the keeper. Great strike from Shrestner. Right, Akara, what will he do? He's run it away from him, so he's been dispossessed. Nice work from Rabin Shrestner. Lovely work from him. Nalu knows he's off, not onside, so he's going to have to let that run, and now he's offside.
Couldn't help himself.
No, poor bugger. Yeah. But nice play. He knew what he was doing.
But Aquari there just showed, he's still learning his craft. That's why he's the one receiving the balls rather than the one giving them. He got the ball there in that sort of number 10 role and was driving forward, didn't really know exactly where to do it, where to put it and turn the ball over a little bit cheaply. He's back up where he should be now, up top, coming short to receive there.
Yeah, they get habitual play, don't they? And his is send the ball to me and I'll put it in the net. He's done that 5 times tonight already. Akara. We are talking about number 19 for Uni Azzurri. Mimosa moves forward. That's a stray ball from Mimosa. Mawezi picks it up, goes across to Rabin Shrestner. He gets past, puts a lovely ball through. Tiga's on the run. Nalu's going to get there quicker. He turns on the inside. He's got people advancing. He takes a shot. That is so, pardon me, unnecessary, I feel, because he had Sajal Shrestner And Leroy Shrestha on the run.
It's so frustrating to watch that because Nalor's done all the fantastic work to get to the ball, and you know that he's got the wheels to get away from a GK, but he doesn't take him on. He cuts back inside. It's so frustrating when they cut back inside there. Take him on, back yourself, and then try and slide one across the box. You never know your luck. There's that man we talked about there, GK's just played the ball out, and Azzurri content here to play slowly through the back of their midfield.
Edwards has been everywhere. He's on the ball again, JD. He's a busy young player and underrated. And I think he would have probably played, I don't want to put the mockers in, but every game this year.
No, they've only got one player that played every game this year.
That?
Have one guess.
I'm going to say Tiga Ajiki.
Chris Aquara.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's played 18 games to date of the 20 games that we'll have for the season in the Men's Premier League. He's the only one so far for Azzurri that have done that. So he's getting his reward for it.
Yeah, all right. We started Mr. Stats, man. So how many goals has he... So how many goals he scored in the first 6 rounds? Or 7? You know what I mean?
You're putting me on the spot now.
And then what's he done in the last... I'll say 9 and then the last 9, if you know what I mean.
Well, his hat-tricks came late. So he's got his first hat-trick was actually in June. Paridi's got one in the same game, both of them against Port Darwin.
Right.
So he didn't sort of open with a flurry, but then he's had goals raining in August and September.
Yeah, so that's been...
I'll go and check his stats in a sec for you. Don't know that one off the top of my head, but he's certainly negative splitted, as you'd call it. He's come home a lot stronger than he went out of the blocks.
Absolutely. So Sanjep Sabidi's out there now, number 18. The ball's flowing back and forth past him. But Jayan Marley is in there to clean up, and now it goes back to Leroy Shrestha. Daxon goes through with the man bun on, number 14, Azzurri.
And he played half a game tonight in the reserve grade as well, Daxon Asai.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's not going to be super fresh, but that's probably the reason we're not seeing Larry Nyakuri out there. He played the full 90 in reserve grade.
Okay. So promising again from Darwin Hearts. Pushing forward, real determination, energy they brought to the second half, and it's resulted in a 1-0 advantage to them, and that's the 75th minute mark.
And
now this ball's going to bounce ever so dangerously unless you get there, and if it comes forward, there'll be more danger here.
That's a back pass, isn't it?
No, they're okay. Referees are okay with it. Looks across as his AR. They're fine with that. Ball comes forward now to Santosh Shrestha. He dips over the one to the sub. And the sub is Sandep Sabidi. Sabidi goes to, try to get to Rabin, but that's a beautiful steal by Amosa. And now goes McGrath. He's just got a lovely running style. He looks like a footballer, that boy. And that comes off Milk Esquire.
And Aquara there just questioning, what are you kicking that back to Milk for at the top of the box?
Yeah.
Just put it across like Paredes does for me. I would have had another one. But as we set up for this corner here, look, I think we say with confidence that the scoring's not finished tonight with 15 minutes to go, potentially for both sides. But as it currently stands on your live ladder, Bruce, Mindel Aces 1 point in front of University of Azzurri. Obviously, they have a game tomorrow against Hellenic. So we'll just see this cross go in harmlessly into the arms of Jordan Stobbart, who fumbled but picked it up at the second chance. Goal difference as it stands right now with their 6-goal win tonight, +9.
Yep.
Mindel Aces 1 point in front on 32, +9.
Wow.
So, obviously, they've got their game tomorrow against Hellenic. But, you know, you would expect that that's going to be a tough one for them to walk away with 3 points. So it sets things up beautifully to put the pressure on Mindel tomorrow and set things up for the last round of the season to be very tasty as McGrath gets this in the box.
Oh,
straight in the hands of Stobbart. Sorry, Bruce.
Yeah, just sitting there strong and took that challenge on and won that one, Mr. Stoppard. Never come back in again. Don't get in his back, son, and push him over. And who's there? Akara. That's a rare miss. He's got to the ball. He's moved his way through the defenders, put out that long right and left leg in that case, and it's gone over the centre bar. So no result to Azzurri after 2 promising ones, one from McGrath, one from Akara. Score still sits 8-2 on the scoreboard. This is a round 17 match here in Darwin. Thank you for joining us on whatever live streaming platform you've taken it, either FNT TV or Perform Network or the FFA digital channels. Thank you for being on board. We've been so pleased to bring you the Men's Premier League here in Darwin, the top end of Australia. It's called the Northern Territory. And it's in the tropical end of this massive continent of Australia. So one of the most beautiful things to do and see and experience here in the Northern Territory. And I can assure you there are thousands upon thousands of people from all over Australia enjoying those sights and sounds, from the sunsets to the crocodiles to sport and to an outback that's truly out and back. Goes over the line. Have a start here with Neroy Srethna. Neroy will pick this in. No, unfortunately, it's gone out. Coming up to the 78th minute of this match here, 8-2 to Untitled over Darwin Hearts. Featured 5 goals from the man with the salmon boots, number 19, Akara. He's been beautifully assisted, presented on platters, to be honest, by a guy called Nathaniel Paredes, number 7. This ball may go to him now. If that ball gets through, well done to the sub. In number 16, that's Suman Rat. And Rat was there. Sorry, Suman. Rat was there. And this is Sajal Srethna scrolling across to Ruben Srethna. Then goes back to dummy from Neroy Srethna. Can he keep it in? Sabidi couldn't keep that in, the sub. Enterprising play. That's the sort of stuff they can do. 78 minute. They're still trying. They're still going their damnedest and hardest to get in another goal for their spectators and supporters who have been heroic supporters of them this year. No matter what time of the day, what time of the score, what state of the play, they've been supportive. Sajal Srethna on it. Looks up. Is he going to unleash him? He will. Nala already has a goal. Can he get a second? He's got so many people in the box ready to give it to. He goes to Mwizi. Mwizi will go on his own. Mwizi goes forward and shoots. Oh, my goodness. He nearly had another one. Bad luck. He drops his hands, slaps his thighs. Shakes.
It was a brilliant individual effort. Beat 3 defenders there and created the space. Just the finish lacked a little bit of conviction. It was sort of almost a toe poke at it across the face of the ball. But, you know,
he beat Georgia.
Azzurri really needed to show a little bit more urgency in the last 10 minutes here, because there was 3 unmarked players in the box. I said before that the midfield was getting strung out, but they're just not tracking the Hearts players as they come forward, and they're looking good for another goal here.
That's an interesting one, Neroy. I don't know who that was to. They'll get it back and they'll start again. Michael Roditis, the coach of Azzurri, internally will be incredibly frustrated. His high standards. He'd like this team to push on with it, but there's a psychological thing that has to be counted, and that's called 8 goals on the scoreboard, 6 ahead of your opposition. That's better from Amosa. He's determined. Goes again. Well played, Amosa. He knows what he's trying to do. Just couldn't do that and pull it down. I hope he hasn't hurt himself. That's more an emotional hurt.
No, he's just frustrated with himself. He knows that was too direct then.
Yeah. But he's busy. Santosh Srethna on the ball now. Turns around, goes over to Sabidi. Sabidi pulls it down with his right foot, goes back to Srethna, and that's Santos. Santos is going to push wide to the goal scorer, Nalu, in the second half. And he's got fire in his boots. He'll take off, and there he goes. Good at the ground. Good with the ball with his feet. Goes on to Rabin Srethna. Does the dummy. And would have been beautiful had his, as Neroy Srethna been on the same communication channel, which I think was channel 43. Right, this will come out to Sabidi. He'll pick it up. Rolls over. What's going to happen here? No, referee whistle's going everywhere. Number 17. And he'll come on for, and that's Hussein Baraki, coming on for a player that's had a really good 81 minutes. He's done his all for him. Number 9, he's had a goal. He nearly had a second, then he just pushed it wide. We're talking about the youngster Juma Mawizi, number 9. He's been replaced by number 17, Hussein Barakat. This feels for Neroy. Neroy's going to try and take 12 metres. Sorry, mate, that didn't happen. He comes back to Sabidi. He tries and pinches another metre anyhow. And Daxon's on it. That hurt. We won't show it, though. The player.
It sounded worse than it was. It's just the jerseys are so wet from all the sweat on there. It was just the slap of the shirt against Neroy. Stressed the 6-pack there.
That's something that affects you as well, mate. Now, ball goes back.
One's a little bit more like a slab, Bruce.
That's all right. There goes back to Giorgio on the ball now. He bends his body back, right foots it across to Tiga Ajiki. Now it's going to go back to, he's going to go to Kelvin. No, he's not. He's going to, he's not. He knows what he's going to do. He's going to go down the middle. And that middle is where Nathaniel Paredes gets his head to it. He was going to try and skim it off the back of his head. And now a busy McGrath. First minute running like that. Now the 82nd minute still running like that. Well done, Edward. And he puts one in. Not McGrath, sorry, Edwards I'm talking about. McGrath's on this side, but that's Edwards. First minute, now the 82nd minute. Flat out. There's only one way. All effort. Number 13 for Uni Azzurri. He's not on the ball now. That's Espire, the sub. Now they're pushing forward. There's a lovely ball across and another goal. A goal that now have to go to the other hand to count. So 5 on one hand, 1 on the other, 6 goals. Who delivered the ball? Mr. Assist.
Yeah, I'd hate to be paying Nathaniel Paredes by the assist, in the VFL terms that he's used to, by the disposal, because he just keeps picking out Chris. You go back and watch this game tonight, and it's replay after replay. It's exactly the same move. Clearly they practice it. They're on a wavelength, but that's fantastic. And now an outright leader in the Golden Boot race, 84 minutes into the second last game of the season.
Yeah,
Chris Aquara.
He was literally 5 goals behind. Now he's 6 goals, puts him in front to what JD just said. He's leading the pop charts in terms of goals. Number 19, Iki Akara. It's just fantastic. But got to make mention of Nathaniel Paredes. Just assist after assist after assist.
And there's still 7 minutes left in this game, but for me, Paredes best on tonight. With his work rate, the way that he's brought Aquara into this game, he's made him look fantastic. He's always in your top couple of players. The difference between his best game and his worst is so small. And that's elite.
Absolutely.
That's what turns good players into great players, is when their best game and their worst game, there's not much between them, and that's what you get with Paredes. But tonight he's been on song.
Yeah, he has been a standout. Number 7 we're talking about on the right flank now, about to get the ball, but it didn't get to him. And it was pushed onto him by number 19, who owes him at least dibs on the front seat, or the first time at the buffet, or whatever else, where he deserves the advantage. He has been fantastic, Nathaniel Paredes. Right, the ball sits in the midfield where alone is Shrestner, and it's Santos. Goes to Rabin. Shrestner goes over the top. This ball falls the right way with Hussein, but he can't pull it in. That's the substitute, Hussein Barakat. There's going to be a change now in the 84th minute,
Don't
86th
tell me
minute.
It's Chris. I think they're going to take him off here. No, it's Edwin McGrath. I thought Gutierrez is a 9 usually and is a target man, so you thought maybe going to take Chris Aquara off and put him in cotton wool. But it's Edwin McGrath coming off.
No. So Edwin McGrath comes off. Got a goal tonight. Been busy. 1 assist as well. And Felicio Gutierrez, number 12, goes on. He'll go straight into that centre role. Real acknowledgement there both ways between him and the 6th goal scorer. I repeat, 6th goal scorer. Just shows you how good Archie Thompson was to score 6 goals in a grand final in the A-League.
Even he's 13 against American Samoa.
Yeah, I know, but I don't talk about that because I've got friends there. Okay, here we go. He turns on the inside, and Daxon will let it fall out and get this throw in. Right, Daxon looking for someone to throw to, and Maizi has now found Gutierrez the sub. That's a lovely ball from Amosa. Goes to Akara, who's dropped back. Do a bit of distribution. Sajel Shrestner's going to take a shot. And it'll miss most things, but not the back fence, fourthly, and comes bouncing back to the keeper, who really only had to move a metre to regain possession. He takes a quick start. 87 minutes. Well, we're into the 86th minute. Let's get ahead of ourselves. Goes back to the keeper, Giorgio. Goes now to Tiga. And Big Tiga will go forward, trying to thread one through to Aspire Milk, number 6. He's been dispossessed. Akara comes back in. Good strong place on the ball. Played on the advantage. Leroy Shrestner takes off. Gets there still. But Kelvin Mabadende will clean that off. Kelvin's looking, is it going to be? Yes, it is what you thought it is, Kelvin. And that is a goal kick. Right. As we head into the 87th minute. Felicio Gutierrez is taking off I think it's his wedding ring he left on.
Yeah, it was a big bit of jewellery. It's obviously weighing him down out there.
Well, Raditas has had to get a stretcher to carry it back. Here we go now. So, comes in. Giorgio puts a ball that's a long one. Comes over the top. Comes off the head of Santosh Sresna. Cleaned up by Sabiti. Big Jasper Boander in there. Sarjal now with a head. Pretty stuff, but not advancing it where you'd want to. This has come off Gutierrez's head now. A little glance backwards. He's a master at that, number 12. Ball comes out now. And the sub goes scurrying across there. Sumanrat. He puts it back to Sarjal Srethna. And Sarjal moves forward. He's got Milk's chasing him. But to no effect. The ball now comes that way. Ababor on the ball now. Ababor's everywhere. Effective. Quietly effective.
His work rate's been fantastic, by Milk, since he's come on.
Right. He's like when you turn on one of those hybrid cars, you don't hear anything. He's incredible.
Well, you see him coming with those yellow boots, though. But, you know, as a substitute coming off, that's exactly what a coach wants. He wants you to come in and change it, if nothing else, with your energy.
Yeah.
And his work rate's been fantastic since he's come on.
I agree. Right, 88-minute mark. We're on Larrakia Nation. Thank you to the elders past, present, and those emerging. We acknowledge them and appreciate the permission to play this game of Men's Premier League here on this Friday night in Darwin. Breeze is coming in now. It's quite pleasant. Someone's turned on the big fan out the back. And it's lovely. You can see the corner post and the flag doing a little dance there, as is the AR's flag. Give you an idea of the breeze coming in from that direction. It'll be nice and cooling for those players who are soaking wet from their effort tonight. Goes out now to, looks like it's 16, can't see his number plate, but I'll assume it was Suman. Now Santosh Sresna, who's had a few Ks put on his boots tonight. This guy's been busy. To your point about subs doing their work, he has. So Jel Sresna puts one through to Niroy Sresna, and Daxon Moesi gets a big left foot in the way, but he'll keep it in. Now Niroy will try a nice little one back to Sabiti. Sabiti now puts one back across the field, and it's cleaned up by Jiki, Tiga, that is. Only as far as these two busy subs that we're talking about. Came out with energy and purpose. And ball comes and being the advantage played, because it ends up with hearts. Regulation time, only about 15 seconds to go. It's 1-1 in this second half. Oh, my goodness, Daxon, what are you doing? I think he just got that all wrong. To your point, he's already played a game of football.
Yeah, timing was horrible there. He's been let off by referee Krauss. Just free kick, not a yellow card, but yeah, he slid in as Ravin stressed to pull that ball back there and made it look pretty bad.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Foul
but
sufficient.
No nonsense from either player. That one's a good one coming in. He comes in, and Hussein Bakari, and he couldn't get to it. This one's come in. It's going to dip, but dip too late and over the bar. There goes the whistle. And we have a conclusion. Unizuri 9, Darwin Hearts 2 in this round 17 match on a Friday night football. Brought to you on the Perform Networks, also on FNT TV. Really pleasure to be this game. We'll have a little pick apart with John Dean and one of the players. I guess which one it'll be. Maybe, I think Nathaniel Paredes or Akara. I think shotgun-wise, it should be Nathaniel Paredes. He needs to be chairlifted up here, actually. My name is Bruce Sauter. John Dean with us. We'll pull this game apart and talk to that player who's just been everywhere. Man of the match, Nathaniel Paredes, shortly. On a hot and humid night here on Friday Night Football at Darwin Football Stadium, we've had a game that featured plenty of goals. We had a man on my left here, Nathaniel Paredes, who was just everywhere. We're going to call you Mr. Assist from now on, mate. I'll let John get to that. But the game itself was one which showed the mojo, the momentum is all with Uni Azzurri. They've been excellent over the last 3 or 4 weeks. They just demolished Darwin Hearts tonight. They now sit live-wise second, do they, John?
No, they're a point behind Mindle Aces. Obviously, Mindle have the game tomorrow against Hellenic, so they're on 32. Azzurri moved themselves to 31, but with the win tonight, they moved themselves to +10 on goal difference, Mindle on +9, so they've really put the pressure on the team above them for that second spot on the ladder.
His middle name's Google. Okay, Nathaniel, just one question to you, mate. You're an unselfish player. I love your work off the ball. He'll talk about your work on the ball. Do you find you've found your place you want to be in this football team? It feels comfortable for you?
Yeah. Obviously, at the start of the year, I was pretty unknown. So,
that's right.
They didn't really, I didn't know where I was going to play or anything like that. But come on the right wing, and I'm enjoying it there. So it's clearly a bit of space, and it's really good.
Yeah, no, and it's really effective for the football team, Johnny.
Yeah, look, from my perspective, obviously we talk about the assist tonight, but you and Chris seem to be on such a wavelength together. Anytime you get the ball in that channel there, he knows exactly where he's going. You don't even have to look. You're just shaping the keeper up and then putting it there on a plate for him. Tell me, how have you two developed that through the course of the season?
Yeah, Chris has just got unbelievable talent. He's just so quick, and when he hits the ball, he can really hit it. I think he's been pretty unlucky not to score more goals than he has. He's had plenty of opportunities just through his speed and his work rate. But I love playing with him, and we love playing together, and I don't know, we've just formed a bit of a bond, which is good, and we're really enjoying playing together.
Absolutely.
And we knew he was close to the top scorer. So I definitely looked to give a few to him. So.
Yeah, you did.
I can tell you he's now one clear of Simon Bell, which is why I give it to Tegger as he was coming off the field as the captain for letting for having the penalty not taken by him that would have potentially put him 2 clear. So pressure's on Simon tomorrow when Hellenic take on Mindle, and then setting things up nicely. You play Hellenic in the last game. Amazing to have a shootout for that golden boot race. You'll be looking for Chris again, no doubt. But back on your game tonight, mate. Your work rate, Bruce and I talked about it in the call.
Yeah.
I've caught a lot of your games, watched a lot of your games this year. The difference between your best game and your worst game, there's nothing in it. You're just so consistent. The way that you get up and down is fantastic for the kids. And again tonight, you were really driving as the cars go off in the background.
3 cylinders just
You were
drop
driving
down.
things forward. I mean, talk to us about that. Is that your game? You love getting into those attacking positions and turning the ball over?
Yeah, I don't really know. I guess so. I guess probably just competitiveness, really. I just sort of want to go for the ball, and we'll do everything I can to go for that. And worked a bit on fitness too, which is helping me get up and down the ground. Just the competitiveness and fitness, I guess, that I've worked on.
Well, Nathaniel, from the point of view of everybody who's a neutral here in football, we certainly are. We've really enjoyed your performances. We've seen each and every week you get more and more into the game and get more of a personality about the way you play. We love you on that right flank. We think you're so dangerous. And you're one of those rare players that play up front. You're unselfish. I'm sorry, just my thing with strikers.
It was a goal, I think. So that's why I give it off.
That's the man. I love that. I love that approach.
How's the modesty? But your finish was pretty good that you did put in there. Let me tell you that. So
that's a classic. All right, Nathaniel Paredes has just been our man of the match tonight. Clearly, just so many assists to a man who scored 6 goals. He wouldn't have scored the 6 without the platter that was placed in front of him by this man on my left. John Dean, always good to have you. Good luck with your game tomorrow night. Good luck with you with your next game next week and the finals, which is where you're bound. That's fantastic, Nathaniel. My name is Bruce Stoddard. To everyone watching at home or wherever you're watching, whatever device, thank you so much for your support of the Men's Premier League. And from tonight, Friday night in Darwin, we'll take a break. Be back again tomorrow, 4 o'clock, in the heat, in the humidity, in the hot end of Australia.